Hey, it's Danny Tato, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Dwarf Fortress. We're actually going to do a brand new run here, so we're going to create a new world. The big difference here is, so I'm still going to be running the old Let's Play, the one, the Hill of Habit, where we had all kinds of undead sieges and stuff, because we were stupid and embarked near a necromancer tower, so go ahead and check that one out. I'll put a link in the description if you haven't. But for this one, a couple new things. One, if you look on the top left here, you can see I have DF hack running. So we're gonna, show off a little bit of that. In fact, let's go ahead and just take a look for 1 second. Actually, that's not what I want. Is that the quick start guide? No. Control panel. All right, so this kind of sets up a few of the tools kind of before you even join, start a fort or anything like that. And it gives you some cool information about, all the help and documentation for each sort of script or command that you can do here. So the one thing I like here is the maintenance tab. These are some things that'll run periodically or kind of all the time. I've turned every single one of them on. So some of the things we have here is auto milk and auto shear. It's kind of a pain to set up with the work commands and whatnot. But by doing this, if a creature needs to be milked or sheared or can be milked or sheared, it will be. It'll set up a job, they'll go and do it, and then it's done. Instead of getting like the, hey, no one's available to be milked or sheared, sort of errors you get, this kind of does it automatically. You don't have to worry about it. Clean owned, what that'll do is if they have any tattered clothing or anything like that they own, sometimes there's weird buggy situations where they hang on to it and they won't change. This kind of forces them to drop it, or encourages them, I should say, to drop it and to grab new clothes as well. Combining partial stockpiles, or stacks, I'm sorry, in stockpiles. Sometimes rocks get stuck in wheelbarrows, so this will empty them out. Sometimes dwarves will get stuck and they won't work, things like that. Just really, really nice things. And a big one here is Warn When Starving. This was a big one with the classic Dwarf Fortress with the DF hack. You could have animals starving and it would not tell you. You'd have to just realize it was happening. Here it'll give you a little pop-up that says, hey, someone, you probably forgot to pasture someone, go check it out, and it'll show you who it is. So some cool maintenance things there. System ones I don't touch. Overlays I don't touch. And then for auto start, just some things that you want to start off every time you run a new fort, things that'll start off right off the bat. So I have a few there. You can kind of take a look at those and see what you like to mess with. But yeah, we'll be playing with this just a little bit. Again, when you kind of set up the auto start stuff, it helps a bit. I do have auto labor off for now. I do like managing that. I for one, I know there are some things they can improve with the tasks and labor menu and whatnot, but I'm okay with it so far. So we do have auto slab on, so if someone dies and we can't bury them, it should create slabs for them. I don't know if they have to turn into a ghost first, so we'll keep an eye on that and see how that is. Auto nest box, which I don't think we need anymore, but I'm running it just in case. Dwarf fed is nice here. It allows animals to be treated at hospitals. There's really, if an animal gets hurt in vanilla, there's nothing you can do, but that allows them to use a hospital and get treated. I'm gonna see about nicknames. I don't know. I left it on. I don't know. We'll see if you mess with that. There's another nest box one which just protects the fertilized eggs, so dwarves don't come and grab them because then they won't hatch. This I haven't run into, I don't believe, but it prevents an infinite accumulation of roaming undead. This might have actually been going on kind of technically in our old Let's Play, where we had all those experiments that were born while there was a siege on our map, and then when everyone left for the siege, they stayed because they were technically friendly to our civilization because they were born on our map. So that was kind of quirky. So they keep multiplying slowly, but they keep doing it every year or two, and that's going to become an issue. So maybe this is part of that. I'm not sure. And then suspend manager is nice because it intelligently will suspend and unsuspend jobs. So there's other ones as well. Again, we're going to play with this and kind of see. I have not played a ton with it, but a little bit, and some of it I recognize from the pre-Steam release Dwarf Fortress. So some of it is pretty familiar to me. We're going to do a small map, and I'm just going to do 50 years just for the sake of speed. I'm going to set the mineral currents just a little bit lower just to make it a little more interesting, having to rely on some of our trading and whatnot. I'm also going to turn on a few mods that I have. One is the smoothing designations, so they're see-through. I do use Clinodev's Dry Mines, which is basically no aquifers. I know this is kind of cheesy, but I'm just going to go with it. It's fine. I don't care if you hate me. I'm doing it. And then there's another one. What was that one for? Like rounded hills. Yeah, so just a different little visual mod there. I just like to mess around with. I mean, it's not a big deal. Nothing earth-shattering. And let's go ahead and create and let that run for a minute. In terms of plans for this run, I don't really have one. I do kind of want to. Oftentimes, I design my forts around a central staircase that goes down multiple Z levels, and there's very few things on a Z level. And every time I like to try to. I always say I'm going to do it, and it's hard for me to do because it's less efficient, and I know whatever, but you can think whatever you want about that. But I want to do more like sort of like a single level, only a couple, like maybe 3 to 5 levels total in my fort, and everything just kind of spread out rather than go tall. So I'm going to see if I can do that. Let's take a look at our civilization. So we have the Bolt of Strife, which is up here. They got 7 sites, about 500 people. The Mountain of Trust, 470 population, 8 sites. And then the Strategic Walls, 240 and 5. 7, 8, and 5. Should we go with the higher pop? I'm going to go by location. So this is on its own continent here, and I'm going to avoid that like the plague because I did that last time. Over here, hopefully we should have access to some more civilization. So I'm going to go with the Bolts of Strife up here in the north, and hopefully it's a little bit cooler. I do like having, the seasons be affecting things like, the winter snows a lot and things like that. So we did that. Clear that out. Let's find our embark location. I do just want to make sure. Oh, you know what? Most things have flux-stone. It should be fine. So yeah, let's turn this off and let's click in here. Oops, that's a little not really where I want. Should we do this like Northern Forest maybe? What do we have here? An Elven Forest Retreat. Dwarven Hillocks. Okay, so this would be fine. How cold? It's pretty cold here. That's interesting. I'm okay with cold. We could do temperate if we want to. Untamed Wilds. Check some elevation stuff, see if we have any interesting elevation changes or like cliffs. So like here might be kind of cool if we can. Turn it off. Oh yeah, of course there's someone already there. What about around here? No fluxstone though, which is a little bit annoying. There's no fluxstone around here? I want to make sure I can, get access to steel. I'm not seeing any fluxstone pop up anywhere so far. Now I'm just literally just looking for fluxstone. That's it. Scroll around. Now we're getting fluxstone down here, but it's warm, and I really don't want to warm. Yeah, no fluxstone over here. That is pretty crazy. Let's look over here. Okay, we have fluxstone over here. Do we have any cool... Like, I'd love to play with, like, waterfalls, maybe. So sometimes... Like that. Let's see. Very deep soil. Iron, gold, silver, copper, platinum, tin. I think lead it says over there, but it's off the screen. And fluxstone layer, we have elves, humans, and then goblins that we are at war with. Let me just check one thing real quick. Are there any necromancer towers? Because I'd like to not play with that. Ooh, there's a tomb. That's pretty cool. But I don't see any. Actually, anywhere. Ooh, an island volcano is pretty sweet. Don't think I'm going to do that this time, though. We'll do that another time. Yeah, I don't see them, although they are kind of hard to see. What is this? A dwarven tower. Oh, yikes. So yeah, if you're within a necromancer tower within 10, I believe it is, tiles on the world map, you can get invaded, as we saw in our last Let's Play. So, I forget where I was before. I was somewhere around here. Let's do something like this. We have iron and fluxstone, so we can make steel, temperate, heavily forested, thick vegetation, and untamed wilds, which should make for some interesting interactions with some visitors. So, oops, wrong button. All right, let's do this one. Wildlife might be very dangerous here. Good. I have a couple saved profiles or embark profiles, I should say. I have like a generic just one. I think it's probably good. It's probably not optimal. And then I have another one that's basically the same thing, but I just added one military guy. And I think with the untamed wilds, I am going to just choose that one. And then you can see I get some errors for some random things that I don't have. So we'll just go ahead and add those in. But if you want to look, we have a miner, woodworker, mason, farmer, another miner, and a planter. And then there's all kinds of specific stuff. I'm not going to get into that. You guys know what you like to embark with. I do need some meat here because I think I had like camel meat. We don't have access to that here. So we'll just do some wombat meat. Oop. And we'll just get that to like, I don't know, 25 something. And then I think I was missing things like barrels. So we'll just add one of those. I think we're out of bin. I want binding, I just want bin. Not bin? Do I have to do like wooden? Nope. Alright, well, whatever. I guess we're not taking bins. I know we needed a wheelbarrow. And we'll go down to the wood ones because they are cheaper. And then I think it was a bucket, not a bin that I needed. A bucket. I like to grab at least one splint. And then, man, when I click this twice, it does not like it. And then a crutch. And let me check one more time on bins. Let me see if we have it somewhere here. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Barrels. Buckets. Is it a tool? It's not a tool, there's no way. Yeah, these are all just bindings. No bins. Alright, well, whatever. I guess we can't grab bins. Which is probably normal. I don't remember what was on that screen of what I was missing. Problems. Step ladder. Okay, I need a step ladder. I like to grab one just in case someone gets stuck in a tree. Good to have a step ladder. So again, we'll find a wooden one. Cedar's fine. Alright, and now we just need to change the amounts of everything. So everything should be towards the bottom here. One wheelbarrow, one step ladder's fine. We did the meat. Did I not? Did it not take my clicks on the buckets and whatnot? Or is it like minimized somewhere? Sworn I added those. Bucket. I have to click twice because of reasons. Because I have to hit enter first. Is that why? Yo, what is happening? Bucket. Okay. It just doesn't want to add almond wood. I must already have it added somewhere then, right? Apricot wood. I feel like I'm losing my mind. All right, that's a weird GUI bug or something. I've never seen that before. Bucket. Yeah, like our crutches aren't here. And I went through all of that. Enter. We'll just do apricot wood because that seems to be working. Huh? Okay. Pearwood? This is very strange why these things aren't adding. Okay, it looked like a... Okay, there's the crutch right there. Okay, so we got one of those. Man, I almost like don't even want to bring these anymore. Just forget it. I should probably spell it right. Enter. Oh, none of these are working for some reason. Okay, here's what I'm going to try. I'm going to test this out. Let me go down here and let me just go to Splint. Okay, it's a weird search bar bug then, is what that is. Interesting. I have not seen that before. All right, so we have our bucket, Splint, crutch, wheelbarrow, step ladder. And then do we have our regular barrels? We do not. So let's go get those. Or did we get them? I just missed it because I wasn't really looking for it. No, it just does not want to show up. Okay, bucket. There we go. All right, let's grab a couple of buckets. Not that many. We'll just do 2. No, not buckets. Barrels. Sorry. Derp. 2 barrels, and then I think that's pretty good. I think we're just gonna add a little bit more meat just so we have it, and then a little bit more ale because I do not want to run out. And that should be fine. All right, that's all I'm gonna do here. Let's see what our name is. I don't know if I'm gonna change or not. Stockade Crude. Not really a fan of that. Inch Staff. I love it. What a name. Feel personally attacked. All right, and let's embark. See what terrible, terrible things are gonna happen. Ooh, snow. A dwarven outpost. You have arrived after a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond. Your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Alathstein. That's our civilization. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance, whether by bolt, plow, or a hook. Provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is spring now, apparently. Enough time to delve secure lodgings ere the giant wolves get hungry. That sounds frightening. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place. Mebnomal, Instaff. Strike the earth. All right, we're going to pause right away and go ahead and zoom out just a tiny bit and look around. So, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to look at a couple of DF hack things here just to see how this works with the, it being auto-enabled. So let's look at this here, and I'm going to go to the auto chop. Right here. And I want to see if it's running right now. So, is it enable? Yes, enable auto chop. This doesn't work. And finish successfully. Okay. So it should automatically, I think the default is have 200 logs kicking around, and that's fine. So we'll make sure that is going. And now there should be, so you can see this one is now designated. It will pick random, and you can control this very specifically on where you want these things by setting paths and whatnot. And be like, I want you to chop wood first by this path over here, by the trade depot or whatever, and then chop it elsewhere. So you'll see random trees will be flagged for chopping, which can be a little bit annoying because like sometimes that makes your dwarves one pretty far away to chop. But I'm fine with it. It's okay. I'm not gonna get too specific here. So that's done. So we have some chopping already set up. I'm going to set up we have our tutorial messages, which I don't care about. I'm gonna set up our pen right off the bat, and we're gonna look at that if I can find where the heck the pen is. There it is, or pasture or whatever. I'm gonna do it up here. Just gonna do a really big one. And accept, and then here you start having other options here. So I'm gonna manage the pasture. And what I'm going to do here is there's filters here for grazers. So these are animals you have that must graze. So I'm going to set it to only grazers. And I'm going to go ahead and we have 2 yak cows. Unfortunately, they're both female, so we don't have a breeding pair. But now you notice if they're not pastured, it'll say roaming. And if they are pastured, it'll say pastured here. So they'll get pastured, which is great. But you can filter for all kinds of things or whatever, which is super helpful later on. Crazy sounds in these untamed wilds here. This might have been a bad idea. That's okay. I'm sure we'll be fine. So we got the pasture set up. We have the auto chop enabled. Now let's go ahead and start building. I'm going to zoom out a bunch here and just kind of see what our map looks like. All right. So looks like on both east and west, we have some cliffs going up, which is nice. I am on a river somewhere. Oh, okay. I can see where it is on the mini map. So the river looks like it's over here. Yeah, you can kind of see where it's clear from trees. You can kind of make out the path. Okay. So I want to be, fairly within, some distance of that. And yeah, so let's zoom in a little bit. So I'm just gonna channel down. The reason why I'm gonna channel down is for trade. I do want it to be within like a tunnel uh in my fortress, but they can't traverse stairs, especially with wagons. So you're gonna want to channel down, and then have a spot there, and then you can do stairs after that. So so yeah, we're just gonna set up that real quick and let time kind of go here. Scrolly stuff is a little bit off. All right, I'm pausing real quick. We're just gonna dig. I always like to do like a 90-degree turn at some point, and then actually do something like this. I think that should fit the trade depot, so they can come straight in and go to the trade depot right there. Now, of course, if we are invaded, I mean, I can put a bridge here as a protection, for my, if we have a caravan and then an attack, or like a werebeast or whatever, I can put a bridge here so we can seal it off. I'm definitely gonna put a bridge first here because if they die, whatever, I want to protect my fort first. So I could put it here, but I don't know. I don't really like that. So, oh, one thing I wanted to check now that I'm hearing these crazy noises. Let's check on what we got running around. Okay, just ravens. So those sounds are just to scare me, which they are successfully doing. But yeah, actually, one other thing. I'm going to pause real quick. Yes, turn off. I'm going to turn off the fisher dwarves. I don't want anyone fishing right now. And I don't want anyone hunting right now. Everything else is fine as default. And then let's get some stairs here. I like doing the 3x3. Stick with it. I am going to go down a few levels. Again, I know we're going to mostly develop 1 or 2 or 3 levels total. I'm going to try to keep myself honest on that. But yeah, we'll set that up. It's still snowing out, huh? And just to get them inside, set a quick meeting area over here. And okay, this is a meeting area. Good. And then by default, the wagon is a meeting area, so I'm going to go ahead and just remove it. And that way our people will idle inside rather than outside, so they don't get bad thoughts about like getting caught in the rain or the snow or whatever. All right, so we still have loam, sand. All right, now we are at lignite, jet, chalk. Interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's a good layer. So let's develop this layer here. How do we want to set this up? Do 3 wide, but 2 kind of east-west corridors here, or I guess 1 corridor. Maybe like a workshop area right here. So we're gonna do hallway this way, so I want to make sure I'm off a little bit. Free up like this, and I'm gonna do like a 2 wide corridor. We'll connect them both ways. And then what we'll do is over here, we'll put like a stockpile. And then another 2 wide corridor. And then another little space for workshops. We'll start with that for now. I don't know. We'll see how this develops. But we'll do a workshop area here, and we can always grow this up or out. Or down here, so do like a workshop wing. We'll see. Let's also set... don't forget to use these extra options here. We're going to change the standard selection to blueprint, so we don't mine this first. Let's mine all the other stuff first. Okay, we're still digging our stairwell. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys. And then we're going to need to set up, real quick, this is going to be one of our small sections because we do need to have the right ground to grow some crops. So we'll just bring this over, and 1 growing station here. And I'm going to set a plant. This will be a plant stockpile, and this will be the growing spot. I guess we can connect it. And then I need a seed stockpile as well. This will be our second plot here. And then I guess I'll just do a seed stockpile like right here. Double access for everything. And then I'll grow this. Just do it now, I guess. I mean, this should be pretty soft stuff, easy to chop through. So, all right. So 2 plots. Connect it over here. 2 plots. Plant stockpile, seed stockpile, and then I'll probably put like a still over here. In fact, let's just get that prepped for now. And we should be doing some digging. I think we're still going down the central staircase. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're done with the central staircase, which is nice. So we can see just some of the veins we got kicking around, and now we'll work on our workshop layer. Do I want to change something here? No, I'm gonna leave it. Go with my gut. I was thinking about moving the workshops to where this path is, and then putting the path on the outside, which would increase efficiency. But we're not going for efficiency. We're going for, just like cool layout. Not a ton of what's it called? Efficiency. We're not worried about it. Still some, keep things located to each other, workshops close to stockpiles and whatnot. But yeah. I think I'm gonna set this to a higher priority. At least just like this stuff over here. This I don't really care about. Just so we have some of it going. And of course we want to make sure it lines up. So we'll set the 2s there. Alright, so part of this will get dug out right away. Let's get our still going immediately. And as well as our plot. And then we'll do a stockpile here. We'll do this for plants. So we're going to do custom. We want food, plants, all done. And then another stockpile. Ugh. Come chop this down, or mine this out, for favor. There we go. I hate when I do that. Accept, custom, food, seeds, all. Alright, so we have that done. Let's set up our plump helmets year round. Boom. And we should start planting that. Everything else can be dug out, when they get the time. I'm not rushing the rest of it. But this way we have our seeds, our plants, and our planting spot. And now we're back to our workshop, which is great. Yeah. They're complaining about not having plump helmet spawn. I'm pretty sure if that ever happens to you, it's probably because I set them to move a bunch of the seeds or spawn at the same time as I was planting. So as they were in transit, they were like, oh, I don't have access to it anymore. Let's build our trade depot right off the bat just so we have it. Take a look outside. Got some pastured things. That's great. I do need to set up stockpiles pretty soon. So hopefully that'll happen here in a moment. I think everyone's taking a drink right now. We'll use this to plan. So I'm going to set this to blueprint only. A bedroom section. So if I'm going to have like a main corridor here, and I can connect these to the main corridor, and I want this to be 4. Just fix that. Ooh, crap. That's annoying. All right, let's erase. All right, just do this. Be easier. Go back to blueprint only at 4. So here and here. I want all of this to be 4. All right, that's fixed. Good. So we're gonna have a main level, main road here. So what if we did bedrooms over here, kind of next to the workshops, not too far? There is no noise thing with workshops anymore. I think that was an old feature, or maybe not even a feature. People just said it was a thing when it wasn't. Let's see. Actually, while I think about that, let's get some of our basic workshops here. So we want 1 stone worker. I'll probably do 2 stone workers next to each other. Okay, still have more waiting to be done. I wish I'd put a stair here. I think I still can. I like putting a central stair, and then, well, no, because we're not going down level. We're trying not to go down level, so I'm glad I didn't do it. Changed my mind. All right, how are we going to do these bedrooms then? Let's see, if I did something like this, and then this. See how this looks. Love the sounds. Super good. You can set up macros for this and stuff, but we're not going to do that right now. And then we'll just kind of finish this off this way. Oh, way too many. By way too many, I mean 1 too many. Boop. Alright, so we'll have a bunch of bedrooms just planned out. We're not going to quite dig out all these yet. I'll get rid of that in a second. What is the hotkey for this? X. Okay. Yeah, M is for mine. Okay, cool. Alright, so this is set up for right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 15. I do like to have 16. I think I'm going to set up 1 more wing here. Just so I have it. Alright, just 1 more like half wing, so we have that going. So you can see we're going to have all these sections here, and then at this point I should probably like cut this across. Just so we have some access, you know, cross access and things like that. And then get rid of that. Alright, that looks good. I'm happy with it. Okay, and then we have this. Alright, let's set up our stockpile here, and this for right now, I'm going to do a pretty thin stockpile here just for stone. Actually, yeah. And then customize it. We do not want metal, and we do not want economic, and we do not want clay. This is just going to be for stone that we're going to use for our stone mason workshops here. So that'll be that. And then we'll do another one here for wood. And again, we'll just do it like about 2 wide all the way down. Just set it to wood. We don't need to customize that at all. And then we'll do one in the middle, and I'm going to set this to basically everything. Set it to all. No corpses, no refuse, which is nice. They default and do that. I do not want any food. And I don't want any wood. And I don't want any stone. Like, no stone. Everything else I think is going to be fine to go in here. And again, we'll probably modify this at some point, but for now, you need a generic kind of where everything else kind of goes for now. And I'm going to need to set a manager spot. Should be near the workshops. What if... Here. We'll just do a little wing. Actually, I don't like this one here at all. Do that. Boom, boom, perfect. Again, just kind of set up the plans just so we can see visually kind of what's going on with what we have in mind. Let's get rid of this. I don't know why I did that. I want the manager and stuff, bookkeeper, all their workshops, their offices, excuse me, to be nearby. And I'm gonna go ahead and convert this so we get this done. And yeah, let's go ahead and set some preliminary work orders here so that you can see the milking is happening automatically. I did not do that, obviously, so that's pretty cool. And why do I not have... I can't make any new work orders at all? Oh, I haven't even set a manager, that's why. Good. Don't forget to set your manager. I'm just going to pick... Actually, I'm going to set my... So Nish is my expedition leader. My broker is also Nish. So should I set it to Nish as well? No, we'll do someone else. We'll do the peasant. Nomal. Boom. Is our manager. All right, now I can at least create new work orders. Again, there's some things you can't do early on. I forget what it is, but we're going to just set up a few things for an office here. So we're going to do a rock door order. We're going to do a rock throne order. And we're going to do a rock table order. And I'm also going to set up a bed order, even though I don't think I have my carpenter yet, but I'm about to place it, so that's fine. And then I'm going to set all of these to, I'm going to set them to 2 because I have 2. This should work right. I was looking this up because I've had this issue. We'll see how it works, but I found if I have like an order for rock doors, all these orders will only go to one workshop instead of spreading them out. But I think if you have more than one sort of in a row like this, like, 2 out of 2, it should send one to one workshop and one to the other. So we'll see how that works. And I'll set this just to 1 for right now. And then let's set our restraints here, or what are they called? Constraints, conditions, whatever. Rock doors, if we have fewer than 10, go ahead and make more and check for our non-economic hard rock. So we know we can make it, so we don't get spams for unfinished jobs or jobs can't complete. So we're going to keep everything basically default for now. We can always tweak this later, which is why this is so powerful. And we're just going to keep it exactly how it is. So we'll set that up, and I'm going to just pause for 1 second. I want to build my carpenter. And I'm going to put it over here, closer to the wood stockpile. There we go. All right, I think we're going to put a pause in here. We went a little bit longer than I wanted to, but that's fine. It's oftentimes, setting things up is, takes a little while. So, but we do have, we have our pasture set up with our yak, and what else did we have? Was it 2 yak cows? Yeah, 2 yak cows, which is a little bit annoying that we don't have a breeding pair, but that's fine. At least we're getting milk. And I believe we can shear them, so we'll see if that starts happening when we build the farmer's workshop. We got rid of our wagon. We got our trade depot. We got our farm set up. We have our still, which I need to start. I'm going to go ahead and start brewing next episode. And our workshop layer with some plans for some bedrooms. So super happy about that. And next time we'll start getting these bedrooms going and our drink industry. So thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoy this newer Let's Play, kind of, building wider rather than taller. Hopefully it all works out. Again, the Untamed Wild things, all the sound effects have me scared, but we'll see what happens. All right, guys, thanks for watching.